Welcome to Alban Cat's video on walk around inspection. A walk around inspection is probably the most important few minutes you'll spend in your day. You're looking for mechanical problems or safety hazards that may shut your job down on your machine. When you first start out, you want to start where you mount your machine doing your inspection, and the first thing you come upon will be your transmission sight glass. Make sure it's full or your fill cap is here. Also, for housekeeping, you have your windshield washer. Make sure it's filled up. It's very important to your day. As you approach your machine, your inspection starts. You got to use your four senses of sight, smell, feel, and hearing. They're all very important in your inspection. Let's start out moving forward on this machine, and as we do, we're going to take in several different components of the machine. As we move forward in our inspection, we're checking our left front tire. We're checking for side cuts, tread cuts, wheel condition, lug nuts and bolts. Make sure they're tight. Every operator knows what a loose bolt looks like. As we move forward, we're going to look into the boom area and up at our glass, make sure everything's in place, no problems. We're looking at hydraulic lines, our lift cylinders, make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be. As we move forward, we're checking the condition of the bucket inside and out, looking at our spill guard, checking the bolt-on cutting edge. One indicator is if you see one side higher than the other, it could be an indication of low air pressure. So you always want to check and make sure this thing is down on the ground when you're walking with it. Anything that doesn't look right to you deserves more attention. It's a common sense approach to an inspection. Now moved around to the right side of the machine, we're going to check the left front tire or right front tire. Do exactly the same thing. You're looking for side cuts, tread cuts, condition of the wheel, your bolts, locking lug. Make sure everything looks right to you. Again, I can't emphasize enough, it's a common sense approach. If it doesn't look right to you, give it a little better look. As we move into the articulating area, same as on the left side. Looking for anything out of the ordinary, check your universal joints, hydraulic lines, all armor coating, make sure there's no leaks or debris. If you can move any debris, it could be the difference between working all day and not. As we progress around the machine on the right side, we're looking at the escape ladder or any conditions that are wrong with it. You want to give it a hearty tug and make sure everything is tight. Looking at your right rear wheel. Same approaches to the other ones. You're looking for side cuts, any tread cuts, your condition of your wheel, lug nuts, locking nut. As you move on back, you're looking at your access step to your engine area, anything underneath the machine or above the machine, anything that does not look right to you. We've now moved our inspection to the rear of the machine. You want to take a good look underneath the machine for any spillage, oil leaks, or problems underneath. Move up to your radiator area. Your grill should always be free of any debris. The cleaner this is, the cooler the air is drawing through your machine. If you need to access the coolers and radiator, it's very simple. Opening the door. If you need to access your coolers, one-handed operation, where we can open them up, easy for mechanics to work on, easy to clean. You want to use light air pressure, or if you use water, use common sense. You do not want to damage the aluminum fins on the radiator coolers. Closing the machine back up is very simple, one-handed operation. In your inspection of the rear of the machine, you want to take particular notice to all your lights, the ones on the back bottom and the ones on the top of your cab. Make sure they're in good shape and in working order. Look at your exhaust pipe to make sure it's in good working order. And that will conclude the rear of the machine. We've now proceeded around to the left rear of the machine. We're going to do exactly the same thing as we did on the right. We're going to check this tire for side cuts, tread cuts, wheel condition, lug nuts, and locking nut. Make sure everything is in working order and safe for your day. On our inspection, it brings us back to our mounting area. We're now going to open our master compartment where our disconnect switch, jumper cable switch, master breakers, hood switch, and emergency shutdown switches are located. What we want to do is turn our disconnect switch or master switch to the on position, raise our hood by simply pushing the switch up. You want to fully extend the hood to give you accessibility to the engine compartment on the left and right side. Before we continue our inspection, I want to let you know about the emergency shutdown switch located just to the left of the ladder. It's there for emergency shutdown. It controls the fuel. The way it operates, it's got a red cover over it. You raise the red cover, underneath there will be a toggle switch. You flip the switch to the up position, it will immediately shut the fuel off and shut the machine down. Now you can get your mechanic in or service department to find out what your problems were, why the machine would not shut down. To reset it back to default, it's a simple process of taking the red cover, pushing it down, it resets the switch. On the second portion of our walk around, we raised the hood. We're coming to our engine compartment on the left side. We'll be looking at our starter, our turbocharger, muffler and exhaust system, any lines, anything that does not look right to you. Again, it's a common sense approach to this. If it doesn't look right to you, give it a better look. We've now moved our inspection over to the right side of the engine. We're doing the same thing. We're looking at our air cleaner indicator to make sure it's in the green, fuel filter, fuel separator, make sure there's no contaminants in there that may restrict the flow of fuel and shut us down. All electrical components, radiator overflow, coolant, anything that does not look right to you is what we're looking for. Okay, we're going to pull our dipstick and make sure we have oil in the machine, make sure everything is safe to start the machine. Pull it out, and the first thing you want to do is run it across a clean cloth. If there were any water in this oil, it would leave you a round circle where the water separated out of the oil. This one's in good shape. Make sure your dipstick is secured back in. Your oil fill cap is tight. Fuel cap is in the proper location. This will conclude the ground portion of your inspection. You've seen what we've done on a basic walk-around inspection. We recommend that you do your pre-shift inspection. Anytime you get off the machine, take a look at it. And when you park your machine in the evening, always do a post-inspection. That way you can know or point out any problems at the end of your shift to make sure your machine's ready for the next day. For further information on our website, please visit albancat.com. Thank you.